Welcome to Uncensored Friday Live. We're your boy and Apple Hitzfield. I can no more pretend. You don't scratch on my defense. Little thing from the end. Swear you don't like me. Can I be your man? That's from when no relent. Doing all the things you like. My temperature rising. You be my queen, I don't need no rules. This is your song, I don't need no blues. You be my sugar, I don't need no juice. Baby, loving you is a must, yeah. What have I done, girl, I have no clue. From a distance, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby, I the kind of you make you move. Cause I want satisfy ya. You are the singer. You are the remedy, when you wake up from money, I don't know what I lose. I go there by your side. Much love. So we can never go wrong. You know, go use your body too. No go use your do it that's wrong. But tell me I no go do it. You know where you are. Nobody else can take your time. Whenever you need, come my phone. I'll be your Superman. Baby, my queen, I don't need no rules. This is our song, I don't need no blues. You be my sugar, I don't need no rules. Baby, loving you is a must. What have I done, girl, I have no clue. From a distance, girl, I'm feeling blue. Baby, I the grind, I can make you move. Cause I want satisfy ya. Welcome to Uncensored Friday Live. Bienvenidos a ser bien sin censura. Mi nombre es Hitzfield. ¿Cómo están todos? Soy SBNS, Media Parkenati and BNS. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Uncensored Friday Live again. Today I came on in the afternoon, you know. The time will change depending on, you know, how busy you guys are and I am as well. Now, today we have an action-packed show. Erik Ten Hag, you know, the Manchester derby is just around the corner. Sunday, Manchester derby. Erik Ten Hag has been doing his presser earlier on before I came, and he's been asked about Harry Maguire. He's been asked about Anthony Martial and winning the manager of the month, the Premier League manager of the month. Erik Ten Hag has won it, as well as Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford has won the player of the month for September, and we hope that this will spur these two people on, you know, Marcus Rashford and the Erik Ten Hag combo. So far, so good. It has been great for Manchester United. Erik Ten Hag is getting the best out of Marcus Rashford, and that is what we want to see as Manchester United fans. You know, that is what we want to see. So hopefully, what am I saying? Hopefully, Rashford can play tomorrow. Now, Erik Ten Hag was asked about Anthony Martial, and he stated clearly that Anthony Martial has been training for a week now. So that is good news for Manchester United. We have a lot to discuss, and let us first start with, let me see whether I can add a few people, and let's talk about Manchester United. Let me send an invitation to Manchester United. Hopefully I can bring somebody on video. So the Premier League is back, as I said earlier. The Manchester derby is looming large, and players are back in training. Lisandro Martinez came to training today for the first time because he was with Argentina. You know, he had a nice moment during international break. So we are hoping that we win. We are hoping that Manchester United will win this derby. And what a morale boosting victory it will be for this club, because when we look at the fixtures that we've got and the pile up, you know, we need something to kickstart October in grand style, and we are hoping, it is our dream that this Manchester United team with Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez will keep Erling Haaland and his other players out, you know, shut them out. You know, and as I said, we are happy that Marcus Rashford has been training as well as Anthony Martial. You know, the international break didn't go well for Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo at all. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo had so many chances against, you know, it was a torrid time, and I hope he shares that negativity off, because October will be very, very, very important for Manchester United. It will be a very, very important month for Manchester United, and we are hoping that we can kickstart this month, you know, the next month, the October month, in style, and what it will be, the moral boosting, blah, 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 that it will be for this team, guys. Because we've beaten Arsenal already, we've beaten Liverpool. So if we can add Manchester City to that list, of course, then that is morale boosting. So today, you know, I was playing the music earlier. Jaywillz, you know, he's a Nigerian, my Nigerian brothers. You guys have been sending me messages that why don't I play Nigerian songs? So I do play Afrobeats, you know, I play everybody's song so far as I like it and I can dance to it and I can sing it. I love music. So Afrobeats, reggae, dancehall, whatever it is, if I like it, I'm going to play it on the show, you know. So my Nigerian friends, Bediako-Poku, Hitzfield, much love from this badge here to you guys, you know. How are you guys doing? What is the time in Nigeria? I think it's around 2:20 in Nigeria right now. How are you guys doing? We for win, Oga. We for win against Manchester City. We need to do, my brothers from Kenya. So whether you are watching me in Kigali, Harare, Lusaka, Gaborone, Maseru, Luanda, Bamako, Freetown, Accra, Abuja, Lagos, Casablanca, Monrovia, Windhoek, Addis Ababa, Yaoundé, Nouakchott. Oh, Africa cities have the best names. That is why we want to unite this great, great continent. Look at the names I mentioned. African cities, different countries, you know. So much love from me and Bediako-Poku Hitzfield to you guys. I love you guys so much. The messages you've been sending me, thank you so much for sending me loads of messages all the time. Now we interact with people, you know, and we are hoping for something great. We are hoping to bring you the Reunited surprise show. So you guys have been asking me a lot about the show, and we keep telling you, keep pushing Reunited Life to the world to help us with the sponsorship we want to do that thing once and for all, and to do it every year for the people of Reunited Life. I know it is something you are dreaming of, and it's something I'm dreaming of, and let us make it a reality. You know, your dream plus my dream, when it combines together, this is your dream, this is my dream, it combines to be a big love, and that is one Bediako-Poku Hitzfield I am sending to the world. So, as I said, I played in Nigeria. He said, "You be my sugar, don't need no juice. Baby, loving you is a must." I like that song a lot, you know. There are songs that, any song that portray love for one another, I love it. And today, let us talk about, I think we spoke about Manchester United. We'll go back to Manchester United later on in the show. But today, let us talk about, yes, most of you have been sending me messages about marriage, like the marriages in Africa, you know, marriage in general for the youth. So somebody sent me a message the last time and told me to talk about marriage, or encouraged me to talk about marriage. So today, let us talk about marriages in Africa. Now, marriage is supposed to be a union between two people, right? That, in quotes, love each other. But now, marriages don't last. Why don't marriages last nowadays? You know, with prizes, with Ghanaians, Africans trying to adapt so many things into a marriage, it has made marriage has become tedious. It has become an investment on its own. You know, you see people or ladies or men that are from poor families trying to do extravagant weddings. And I'm like, this is supposed to be a union between you two, you know. And we've actually put two, now the African marriage is two. You have what we call it the engagement and the real marriage. The real marriage is in church. And
The engagement is the one that is supposed to be the African marriage, but that is not what we do all the time. You know, there are so many things that are disturbing the young ones, Africans. Now, let us talk about marriages, whether polygamous or anything. Now, have you realized that we live in an era where young ladies or women or the female gender prefer to be called slave queens, baby mamas, what is the other names? You can send me messages. What is that? They prefer to be called baby mamas and slave queens than second wives. Have you thought of it? So now in the olden days, a rich man can see a very young, beautiful girl, lady around her 18s, do something nice for the family, and will probably marry the person. But now society has made you being a second wife look like it is a sin or it is uncalled for. And that has rather given birth to baby mamas, to slave queens. So it is the same thing being put under different codes. Now, why should, let me put it in this way. Why should every child that is brought to the earth not have a mom and a dad to be around, Why should it be like that? Now when I look at the Arabs, for instance, where multiple marriages are allowed, I'm not saying everything is good and everything goes smoothly, but there is much peace there than in Africa now, where a culture has been imposed on us and being told to marry one. Now, I've been saying this. It's like humans have moved from wisdom, then we got to knowledge, and now we say we are in the century of information or whatever. Now, when you think about the fact that every man, the women are more, now I'm talking about population-wise, there are more women on earth than there are men. So if every man is marrying one woman, the other 3 women or ladies, who is going to marry them? Sometimes I've been asking this question. Now, why don't we be selfless? Now, women, the selfishness in quote of women has made things more difficult for them. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Now, every woman who will probably watch this video later on will probably, who is married, might have probably had a relationship with a married man prior to her getting married. Now, you might say, oh, no, you can't stand in front of God and tell me what I'm saying is a lie. Most people will, at a point in time, have a relationship with a married man in one way or the other. So instead of you being, now there are so many children who have their mothers, but even their mothers can't tell them this is your father because their father is in another marriage. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. Meanwhile, that father could have married her mother or his or her mother for unity, for the child to know this is my father. My father has 2 wives, and so what? So that is what I'm saying. Ladies prefer to be called slave queens and baby mamas now than to be a second wife. And that is where we are as a society. Now we complain that things are not going well. Now, as I said, sometimes a man can marry into your family and he will change the fortunes of the entire family. Now that is no more. That is why the young ladies are doing hookups now. So you see, we have added selfishness to our lives, and it has breeded more bad activities. So now the young lady who is going to school wants money for certain things she can't get. So now she will become a hookup girl. She will always sit at home. You won't know what will happen, but she will become a hookup girl. But maybe, let's say, if marriages were allowed, some rich man might even marry her, and there will be honor to her family, because there is nothing like you giving birth to a daughter and somebody marrying her. That is the ultimate respect a man or a husband can give to his father-in-law. So as I'm saying, it has been so many bad things rather. Maybe we need to go back to our roots. The culture shift is too much. The culture shift is too much. Now, these people, they will blame us. The old people will blame the new generation, and the new generation will keep blaming the old generation. That is what is going on in Africa right now, you know. But it needs to stop at a point where our culture needs to be cherished, where people don't impose their own culture that is not helping them on us. We need a culture change in Africa and in Ghana, to be precise. Now, you will see mothers right now, they won't let their children, now we are talking about marriages, right? They won't let their daughters even in the kitchen. Like, they'll be like, go and learn, keep learning the books. So now you will have a young lady who is pretty smart but lacks the basic life skill, like cleaning the room. Who should clean your room for you? Who should cook for you? You know, be responsible for what goes into your body. You know, so now these people are failing in marriages, and our fathers and our mothers are blaming us. But you guys let it that way. We are even our schools, we are being taught with English. Like, you think about it, and I'm like, now, sometimes, let me not go there with the education part this time around. Maybe we will tackle education in the next video or something. But there are so many cultural changes in Africa that has become like shackles on us. It is another form of slavery. It is another form of slavery. Because do the math, there are so many women on this earth than men. And whether you like it or not, every married man will one day. And men are hypocrites. I hate hypocrisy. You know, when you are cold, let people know you are cold. That is why I love Honorable Kennedy Japan so much. He has so many children. And so what? That doesn't take his status and business away from him. He is rather paying homage, respecting the families of the ladies or of the women she has children with. And I love him so much. And he lets you know it. But meanwhile, there are pastors who have other families somewhere. They can't even go claim the child because people know they are married to this person. Come on, Africa. There are so many things concerning marriages right now. Our schools, what are we teaching our children? Let's teach our children, the men, all you need to do is love a woman. You know, start teaching him that. Tell him abuse is bad. You know, make sure put things in place. Teach the African child basic skill. Now the basic skill is like a thing of a past. That is what I'm saying. Now you marry somebody who you feel should know everything. Not knowing everything, nobody is perfect. But when you take the book away from that lady or that man, he or she lacks basic understanding of how to communicate with people, how to say please, how to persuade. That is why our marriages are falling now. So if you're a young girl out there, let me tell you something. Sometimes, if there's a situation where you will become a second wife and you think you like it, and you think you like the man so much, you are willing to become a second wife, there's nothing wrong with it in the eyes of God. Let me tell you guys, and let me take that slavery mentality out of it. Because if he doesn't marry you, you end up becoming a baby mama. It is the same thing being rebranded in a different way. And even the different way doesn't promote family unity. It doesn't promote togetherness. Because now, as soon as a woman sees his husband with another woman, or probably his husband has married somewhere, then he divorces. Why divorce? You guys should be under an umbrella. As family, we are on earth for specific purposes. Do you understand? Let us build family. Now, families in Africa are being torn apart just because of trivial reasons, small reasons. So my name is Nanapoko Hitzfield. You can simply call me Venom. Share this video, let it get to a wider audience. I think we are done with the marriage stuff. You know, I don't understand why people are becoming so. The hypocrisy in the world right now is what I hate. The thing is blue. Then you will say it is turquoise blue. Men, there is a reason. What do you think God is? God is the. Come on, guys. The hypocrisy is becoming too much. So now big men cannot claim their daughters and sons because they are married to one woman and don't want people to know. Then they are hiding families. Why should you hide your family? If one way or the other you've had another family and you can afford for it, why not? Let people know this is my other family. Put your name on the children. Now, in Ghana, for instance, our old president that passed, Flight Lieutenant John Rawlings, nobody knew he had a son with a Cameroonian beautiful woman until hypocrisy I'm talking about. Let us stand be free, live life. If you can afford, if you think you can afford, marry one. If you think you can afford, do whatever you want. You are in. Christians can be righteous, Muslims can be righteous. And let us stop attacking the religion. At the end of the day, we say we are all serving the Most High, the creator of heaven and earth, the creator of humans. I'm watching you right now. You are watching me. Wherever you may be watching me, you have a different skin color, right? Probably than mine. But we bleed red. So now, during the international break, there was this racism issue with regards to Richarlison. And I'm thinking, in the 21st century, how can people still think so low? Like thinking the color of your skin makes you a better human than somebody. Like, I think about it and I'm like, without the black people in the Premier League, do you know how boring, like without color in the Premier League, if it is all white, you know how boring it will be? So different colors mix. That is why it's been said that variety is the spice of life. You know, the fact that you are seeing somebody that looks different, somebody looks short, somebody looks like a giant, then the variety makes you love life. Let us love life. Why deprive yourself of a great human experience just because you think somebody down, the skin of your body is different from somebody's, so it makes you superior or what? So say no to racism. Racism should be a thing of the past. You should know whatever you have in you, that is the same thing. But I blame some of our leaders. You know, if we have our own stadiums here, most of these things will stop. You know, look at Kylian Mbappe, one of the best out there. You know, look at Erling Haaland, different color. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo's color. Look at Andrea Pirlo. Look at Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o. It doesn't take anything away from that person. So when I see people making racist remarks and stuff and throwing bananas, it shows how shallow you think. You are shallow-minded. You are the last form of human to even think like that. So shame to everybody who is a racist. Discrimination is something that should be of the past. Know the person for whom he or she is. If the person is a good person, okay, so I'm having difficulties. Let me see. Okay. So I'll be leaving you guys in a jiffy in a bit, right? Manchester derby. Hopefully Manchester United win. We hope that we will win this game. Come on, guys. We are hoping to